Damn, it's coffee, y'all, and I'm back again with some more content. And yo, this one flucked me up right here. I'm sure if you're a pro wrestling fan, hip hop fan, you'll appreciate this too as well. Cause real talk, I never peeped this, man. You see, Jhood, formerly a D Block, shared this meme that's going around the internet. Man, the internet's crazy. Real talk, but for real, this is crazy. He shared this. It says, dude in the middle, referring to Teddy Long. I guess Jhood is Teddy Long in this meme here. Now, the Jhood Teddy Long part, I don't know about that. But as far as Ron Simmons and Butch Reed, R.I.P. to Butch Reed, you know, collectively as a tag team, they were doomed. I see it, y'all. Comment and let me know if you do. It says, you guys ever notice that Butch and Ron look like Sheek Luch and Styles P? And when I looked at this picture, I was like, man, that's wild, man. I don't know if it's just this picture or what, but real talk, Butch Reed is really looking like he could be Sheek Luch's uncle or pops or something. And same thing with Ron Simmons. Like, I'm like, this is crazy. As far as Jhood, Teddy Long, I don't know. Y'all tap in and comment about the whole picture, but I see it once again with Butch Reed and Ron Simmons. But real talk, man, it's crazy the issues see on the internet. You know what I mean? But it's wild. I was just blogging yesterday. Make sure y'all subscribe, guys, too. Hit them buttons to like, all that. I love bringing y'all this content, talking about music, news, sports, pro wrestling, all that with you guys. That's what we do over here if you're new. So make sure to hit them buttons and join the discussion. But I was just doing a video yesterday speaking a little bit about, you know, the pro wrestling hip hop connection as far as with Griselda. You know what I'm saying? West Side Gun, Conway the Machine. They love wrestling. You can catch them, especially West Side Gun, in the front row all the time. AEW, WrestleMania, although I know West Side Gun mad as fuck. He has some copyright issues going on with WWE. That was a wild situation. Haven't really heard an update on that. But do y'all remember Doom? You know what I mean? When it comes to Ron Simmons, most fans, I think, are going to remember his time as Farouk, the Nation of Domination, feuding with Ahmed Johnson. And yo, Brandon the Cannon, if you catch this video, Ahmed was a beast, bro. That's an inside joke I got going with Brandon. He's always clowning me, telling me Ahmed was a straight buster. And you know, he back in the day, he was my favorite wrestler. But you know, as time rolls on, nowadays in this internet era that we're in, you know, where we see all the stuff playing out on social media and wrestlers doing interviews and, you know what I'm saying, telling backstage stories and finding out why certain things went down the way that they did, we find out that Ahmed Johnson just kind of kept shooting himself in the leg. He was his own worst enemy. But as I always say, man, you know, everyone likes to just refer to Ahmed as like one of the worst wrestlers ever nowadays. Chances are you were an Ahmed Johnson fan back in the day. He was super over. He had a crazy run. You know, first black intercontinental champion. And real talk, man, there was a big chance that he was going to end up being the first black world champion in the WWE as well. Then WWF. But, you know, things didn't play out that way. But 2 title shots he was supposed to get. Injuries and things didn't play out that way. But anyways, back to talking about Ron Simmons and Butch Reed. You know, Ron Simmons and Farouk were feuding in the WWE when Ron Simmons joined up, you know, came out of semi-retirement as Farouk and attacked Ahmed Johnson and actually real life injured him. They had like heat storyline wise, but in real life they had heat as well. And, you know, Ron Simmons was the first. We were talking about how Ahmed was the first black IC champion in WWE. Ron Simmons was the first black world champion in WCW, NWA. And, man, what a moment that was in pro wrestling history. Hit the comments, guys, and let me know if you guys remember that. he ended up getting in the match as like a wild card participant, I think. I can't remember how it went. Someone got injured or something, and the way they did it with the storyline, they had like a lottery. Ron Simmons came in and won the strap. It was huge. Straight up making history. And if you ask Ahmed, that's why, in his opinion, he thinks that him and Farouk had heat. I don't know. I don't know. That's a whole nother story. Get in the comments and let me know if you guys would be interested in me doing a video about their feud and everything like that. But prior to him, to Ron Simmons winning that world championship, he was a tag team with Butch Reed, the dude who looks like Sheek Luch in this picture. And they originally were a masked tag team, and they were just beasts, man. They used to run through the competition and have some great matches against the Steiners, a lot of other great tag teams. Like, if you guys remember Doom, get in the comments. Let me know some of your favorite matches that you saw them wrestle. When they were masked, they were managed by Nancy Benoit, a.k.a. Woman, R.I.P. Nancy Benoit. And then when they took the masks off, Teddy Long took over management duties. But as time rolled on, they ended up breaking up, having a feud, having a pretty good match against each other. And then they went their own ways, in the singles side of things as solo wrestlers. Prior to wrestling, though, Ron Simmons also killed it with the Seminoles and had a short NFL career as well. Like, this dude was a for real, just athlete. Body slammed Yokozuna before Ahmed Johnson, before Lex Luger, and it just definitely a living legend, a Hall of Famer. That's why, this whole damn thing is funny, but that's like way, way, way on the tail end of Ron Simmons' career. You know what I'm saying? A little comedy act he was doing, but that's like nothing compared to what he achieved in the world of pro wrestling. Now, as far as Jhood, like I said, formerly a D Block, it's a damn shame things went left between them. If you guys remember talking about how Ahmed Johnson was over, Jhood was over on the mixtape circuit. Do you guys remember that? The run that he was having? Everyone in the streets was talking about them Jhood bars. But we remember how it all went, right? Somewhere along the line, there was some tensions. He claimed that someone would mess with his album budget. He started walking the D Block chain like a dog, which is something he regrets and has apologized for. But comment and let me know if, 2022, are you still listening to Jhood? Let's talk. Jump in the comments. And, I forgot he dropped that album with Yuck Mouth a couple years ago. But I just happened to notice, he was posting in his Insta stories some of his more recent work from his catalog. And he's got a Joe Pesci 1 and 2 project. And I don't know, man. That kind of reminded me a little bit of what Benny the Butcher and Griselda does with the mob themes, right? Like, I feel like he was swagger jacking a little bit from Benny. Comment, let me know what y'all think. Couple other topics that I wanted to just tap in on real quick with you guys. WACK100. We know this guy's getting into ish all the time. I cover it on my channel. Everyone covers it on their channel. We know he's Clubhouse 100 nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about how at wrestling, you know what I'm saying? When Ron Simmons came to the WWE, he was repackaged as Farouk. Originally like a gladiator. Then he repackaged him with the Nation of Domination, the gimmick that he had then. Well, WACK100 has repackaged himself as Clubhouse 100. And as I point out all the time, he knows what he's doing. Going, spending a good 4 or 5 hours a day going from room to room, speaking on different topics, getting into a lot of ish like he does. But yesterday, he got into it with someone who is very well respected, and Wack tried to act like he didn't know who this guy was. And we're talking about Doggie Diamonds, right? I fuck with Doggie Diamonds, and everyone knows I fuck with the dude's content. He's got good stuff. a lot of epic, interviews he's done and everything like that. And it was funny when him and WACK were chopping it up. WACK mentioned something about Drink Champs, and it's like, yo, Doggie Diamonds pointed it out. Yo, he was on Drink Champs, and it wasn't accompanying someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, WACK accompanied the game on the Drink Champs, like how Nancy Benoit and Teddy Long used to be manager / valet for Ron Simmons, Butch Reed, and Doom, like we were just talking about. That's what WACK100 was doing on Drink Champs. He was on valet mode. You feel me? Doggie Diamonds had his own episode, and I feel like WACK made an ass out of himself, and I'm not going to keep speaking on it. As y'all know, I've covered WACK many times on this channel, and I broke down to you guys a lot of the games that he plays. But peep this. Slide over to Doggie Diamond's channel. Peep his recent video that he did about his little back and forth with WACK100, and he breaks it down perfectly to a T. The flunkery in the games that WACK100 plays, and the method to his madness. You know what I'm saying? Doggie Diamonds summarizes it immaculately. Like, he's up on game with WACK100. You know what I'm saying? So a cat like me, Jay Coffee Talk, you guys may be like, who the fuck is this guy? Listen, don't listen to what I got to say about it all. Go listen to what Doggie Diamond says. He'll tell you exactly what WACK100 is doing and why. Next up, man, a certain former commander-in-chief. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And we're not going to get into if you care for him or you don't, but the former POTUS did a podcast the other day, and it amassed 5 million views in a day. Now, I didn't even get to check out the interview. Comment and let me know if y'all did. I saw a lot of people chiming in. A lot of the cats that I fluck with was hitting me up about this interview, sharing a little bit of their commentary. This was with the Nelk boys, who are a very big platform, who I'm not really that familiar with, but I hear, they're killing the game. They got millions of subscribers, I believe. And you see this dude from the Nelk boys, Kyle, shared that this Full Send podcast episode got deleted. And on top of that, he says that TRUMP told him that's exactly what would happen. And it did. And I want to know what y'all think about this. Is this suspect to you? They said that it, broke the community guidelines. For those who did see the episode, do you think that it could have actually went against the community guidelines at all in any way? Or do y'all think that this is some straight up flunkery? I will say this, once again, I'm not trying to get into if you care for TRUMP or not. I will say a year ago or so, there was a lot of people sharing that if they had content up speaking about him, like, it was getting flagged. And now we see what happened here. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are regarding this all. Tap in. Let's talk. And last up on the news, man, Richard Sherman, if you guys recall, before he got signed with Tampa Bay and got back active on that football field, where, he was only out there for 5 games, ended up on the IR, but he did get an INT. He could still hang. Wasn't exactly the Richard Sherman of before, but he was still out there doing his thing or whatever. You guys recall, before all that, there was a lot of off-the-field drama going on. Footage went viral of him at his girl's house, significant other. I don't know if it was his wife, I can't recall, or it was his family. I'm not exactly sure, but things were looking bad for Sherman, and he ended up getting arrested. And then it was a happy ending. He went off, ended up going to a facility, getting himself some help. And, shortly after that, he's back in the NFL. Well, the happy ending continues. As you see, he ended up taking a plea. I forget exactly what his original charge was. But all in all, in the end, it's good. He pled out to some kind of drive-in something. I believe it's a misdemeanor. I'm not sure, but it don't matter because the sentence is suspended for 2 years. And all in all, he had to pay $1,300, 800 something in court fees, and then what was the fine that he got? 500 for speeding in a construction zone. And, as long as he stays out of trouble for those 2 years, I believe the sentence will be thrown out. So it's continues to be a happy ending for Richard Sherman. And that's good, man. You know what I'm saying? So often we hear about traumatic, bad stuff happening. And, a lot of times people, they get hooked on seeing the drama, almost rooting for the drama to happen. You know what I'm saying? They get caught up in all this ish going on and forget that this is people's lives, actually. You know what I mean? So congrats, Richard Sherman. Keep moving forward in progress. You know what I'm saying? Keep having that forward progress. You feel me? That'll conclude the news. It's Coffee signing out. Once again, if you're new, take that quick moment, sub to the channel, hit that bell. More importantly, join the discussion. Stay tuned. More content dropping soon. Music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more. And I'm up out here, y'all. Peace.